Hello, good afternoon, fellow vault dwellers, welcome! How is everyone doing? Are you ready for caravan extension? That's coming soon, we don't know exact date, so either mid-season patch or with next season. One or the other, but it is coming. And welcome in the chat, Noah, Mr. Fent, Michael Jackson I guess, Spiteful Angel, Rick, Jaramillo, Adefion Jack, PDM, Alufool, RHBS. Anyway, Wedunica, Chris Zimmerman, Steve, and Steven, welcome, Kimo Shabi, John, Nervy Stories, Mainzer, Cheese Cracker, Michael Ball, Craig. Welcome everyone to the Turtlecast. Nice to see you all in here. And there is one article from Bethesda that we'll check out. It's about latest update to the public test server. I didn't cover that in any video, so we'll cover that in here. I only covered the caravan part in a video, but there was more about the latest planned adjustments to the game. So we'll start from that. Then I will do questions from the Discord. So we'll cover, it's not very long. We'll cover the patch notes from planned changes, latest PTS update. So let's do that first. There it is. Inside the vault for Gleaming Depths public test server. So that's what we are going to check right now. Let me just open the chat on my phone so I can see it in case I miss something. Okay, good. Here we go. So that's the recent update. 2 new caravan vendors enter the fray. So you already know about them, as this part I did cover in a video. So the Collector Merm and Windy with bait. So that will be cool to have something new to do with caravans. I need to start farming my caravans and get my supplies at 1k before the update drops. Next, player titles. They added tutorial. There will be such a thing as player titles. You will be able to equip them and they will display on the screen for everyone. There's more info about Windy and the bait and how it's supposed to work. We'll see how well this bait will work. I didn't really test the bait yet, and I don't know if there is any particular purpose for using the bait and summoning those cryptids in caravans. It doesn't really say about the purpose of doing that. So I don't know if that's just something cool to have, or I have no idea. So now, more important, what Bethesda is trying to do, classification of armor will be more important. So they adjusting that, so both Smith will be heavy armor, some other armors being moved to light and so on. The perks are being adjusted. Cap Collector now will apply to corpses, so that will be actually a good perk, as you will be getting more caps from killed enemies. So that's definitely welcome. So this Cap Collector perk will be probably a top perk for everyday runs, so always top up on your caps. Evade cooldown has been reduced to 1 second and is now increased by armor. So evade, if you didn't check my previous videos, is reworked, how it works, and it scales with agility and give you a percentage chance to evade enemy attack, and there is a cooldown, and they are changing it from 2 seconds to 1 second, but now it will be affected by armor. So light armor, each piece will increase it by 0.1 seconds, so it will be effectively 1.5 seconds cooldown between evade actions. Then medium armor, it will total of 2 seconds between evading, and heavy armor will give you total 3 seconds cooldown after evading. So it's more important now. There's like some meaning for light, medium, and heavy, which I think I like it. Like, it will affect something more than just weight of an armor. At this moment in Fallout, the classification of the armor only affects how heavy it is in your inventory, and that's it. There's no other effects on anything, not even on a sneak. So it seems like they're adding something to do with that. About deflect and damage reflection, fix an issue where shotguns were reflecting more damage than intended. So Basically, enemies with shotguns, if they deflected damage on themselves, they were insta-killing themselves. It's exactly the same as if you shoot a shotgun on deflect mutation enemy in daily ops. So that they fix, so enemies will not one-shot themselves when they get deflected with shotguns. So that's probably good, although it was fun. It would be fun if that would last. Like, enemies with shotguns will basically keep one-shotting themselves when attacking you. They will be deflecting with ricochet. Fruhaika was adjusted to cost 2 points, which is welcome. It will be great help. If you don't know, Fruhaika is being moved to Endurance, so Endurance is quite overcrowded at this moment, so reduction in cost for Fruhaika, that's definitely good. Definitely good that it's cheaper. I'm surprised there is no mention about Trawling Pharmacy. That would make sense to make it the same cost, but I see it's not here. The combat balancing. Look who noticed Hellstorm Missile Launcher greatly underperforming. Developers eventually noticed that, so they did notice how bad Hellstorm Missile Launcher is, even though in the lore of Fallout 76 it is painted as the most powerful weapon used by Brotherhood of Steel, so it doesn't fit being weaker than regular missile launcher, so it's being updated. Projectile damage with all barrels going up by quite significant margin. It's basically 50% damage increase. So that's significant as it being added to the base damage. Standard barrel explosion damage is being more than doubled. So explosion damage for the standard barrel is doubled. Then cryo payload explosion, it's getting a hefty 30% boost to its damage, which is good. The same about napalm. The dot is unchanged. And plasma payload explosion energy damage is more than doubled. So plasma will really hit hard with projectile base damage being increased, plasma being increased. That will probably hit hard after those changes. So maybe Hellstorm Missile Launcher will be useful for something. And yes, those changes supposed to go live on December patch with raids. So the raids are coming live in December with a full balance change patch for weapons and enemies. And that's all their nodes. So that's what they did with the latest patch, with the caravan and some additional adjustments for this full rework of basically everything we have in the game. So this is happening. Everything is slowly changing, so that's to keep you updated on the latest plans, which are mostly really good. So I'm happy that some weapons are being noticed that are greatly underperforming. So that is a good thing. I would never think that will. I was never thinking that I will see the moment that Bethesda notices underperforming weapon and starts buffing them up rather than just nerfing the top weapons that everyone is using. So that's a nice change. That's a nice change to see those weak weapons getting some love rather than focusing on already powerful weapons to put them down. That was previous approach. Now I see some buffs, so that's obviously welcome. We take a quick look on the chat before we'll head to Ask the Turtle section on our Discord. And it's going all good here, thank you very much. You wish you could unlearn armor plans. Unfortunately, that's not an option. Yeah, I know, Bobsmith is bad. It's dropping and it's quite useless. Rascal is saying there are different types of armor. We would normally not even notice that those are armors that you are using early game and that there was never any effect on the gameplay using light, heavy, or medium. Yeah, Rascal is saying it's nice until they nerf the two-shot. I hope they will not. Its two-shot is so good on launchers, it makes them fun. Yeah, I would like the milepost 0 changes to go earlier than December patch, but we'll see. We'll see, as I would prefer to have this caravan done first, if possible. As when the raids drop, I will be very busy with raids, for the most part. That will be quite a grind to unlock all those new rewards from raids. So I'm getting ready for that. Okay, now, Discord. Let me open Discord as the turtle section. We'll check that out. It's opening. Turtle Army Discord, of course, our Discord. Okay, change the camera. Here we go. So, there are your questions. Let's check them out. First, hey Angry, how that the Peppa Shaker, after it has been buffed in damage from 60 to 75 and its AP cost lowered, how does it compare to other Gatling spin-up heavy weapons? It was the only heavy weapon to get damage boost and an AP cost reduction. Not the only to get AP cost reduction, but damage boost, yes. It still cannot compete with stuff like Gatling Plasma, especially after Gatling Plasma received additional mods that you can install so you can add more armor piercing effects. Therefore, it will not perform as the best. It's still really good to use with max out Enforcer, especially in raids, when crippling damage is needed for the first turret to defeat its shield. So for that purpose, Peppa Shaker is amazing. For everyday use, it's slightly better than it was, as you can figure out by the planned damage increase. It's not huge, but you will notice that it's 25% more damage, so it will be slightly better. It will still not be on top, but usable, more usable than it is now. Next, when Enforcer works, the Peppa Shaker is great for crippling. And Enforcer generally works. What is broken is rank 1 Enforcer. I don't know why, but rank 1 card is broken. Rank 2 and rank 3 is working. Does an explosive one have a better chance at crippling? No. Unfortunately, explosions do not count for crippling. A medic's Peppa Shaker would heal friendly targets effectively, but would an explosive one heal faster? Yes, explosive one heals faster. If both of those are true, then the medic's explosive would both cripple and heal for the cost on one light gun, and you can change the ammo type. It's still good. As I said, not everything works as you said, but the other part does. The most important part is crippling. And explosions on Peppa Shaker, even though it may look like a good idea, it's lagging the game so badly. I don't like explosive Peppa Shaker for this reason. Not even mentioning the blinding effect of multiple projectiles exploding in your face. I do not recommend explosive Peppa Shaker. If you want to cripple faster, add extra 50% limb damage on a second star. It will help a little. But that's about it. Not even necessary. I prefer, honestly, the Peppa Shaker with faster fire rate. With a medic's explosive weapon, will the explosion heal or do only direct hits heal? Explosion should heal, unless something will change, but at this moment it will heal. Hey, could someone save me 15 modules testing and confirm the following? I have a 2-star legendary, and can I add a random 3rd star to the weapon by rerolling and keep the first 2 stars? Currently, yes. As the system works now, you are adding the 3rd star, random 3rd star, without changing the 1st and 2nd, so you can do it. Can you rank builds for the new raid? I play melee myself, but don't think it's an option. Yeah, melee is terrible idea for raids. The 2 builds, as you can guess, that works best. Heavy Gunner, number 1. Quite Tanky Commando, number 2. So those are your builds. And not bloodied. The mild bloodied option does work. So by mild, I mean like 50% health, but not really going to nerd raid zone, as that's very risky. And death on raids will penalize you the most. So we don't want to die. Therefore, full health quite recommended outside of some sections when it really doesn't matter, when those scary mole miners will one hit no matter what, because that's how they code it. So then your health absolutely doesn't matter. You die if they hit you. But that's one section only. What happens to your best build if you move your camp to a new location? It remains unaffected. To update your best build, you need to resubmit it. As long as you don't resubmit, whatever you submitted as your best build will be there all the time until you change it yourself. What you do with your actual camp has no effect on your best build after you submit it. Okay, next one. Was wondering about junk shield on the public test server. I know you might not have the answer to this, but on the off chance you do, if you equip junk shield and then start collecting the Voltex scrap crates from the atomic shop, do they count as junk to give you the bonus from the junk shield perk? Yes. Same with legendary modules? Yes. Can we have permanent damage resistance increase with this perk and non-dropping junk items? Yes. They can't. Volt still 2. Yeah, 100 for max benefits. Next, dear Mr. Turtle, in case you didn't notice, here is a guy who runs Gleaming Dev solo. Okay, I don't know who this is, but Tyr did that too. I watched that, and it's either a bug or intended. I don't know, but it's possible thanks to the fact that for some reason Medic's Tesla can heal the drill. Otherwise it would be impossible, as I wanted to solo it, but I was not able to heal the drill, and I had no idea that Medic's Tesla can heal the drill. I don't know if in the final version of the raids it will still be the case, or if Bethesda will remove that, as drill cannot really be healed with anything else but Medic's Tesla, and without healing the drill it's impossible to solo. As drill will die and the mission will fail and you cannot be defending it as you need to do the run. So solo is possible thanks to healing with Tesla, but if that will change, it will no longer be possible. Next. Hello. I think you will have a lot of work in December. After the next update, all builds will be obsolete because all the perk changes and lot of migration to the endurance. Yes, that's true. I will need to update all of them. I will need to upload more videos, just sit all day updating my builds and uploading them back to YouTube. That's the plan. That will be busy December. Hopefully I can do it before the December break so I can have some time with my little one after that. Oh, yeah, that will be the case, yes. I hope for early December patch. Not for the holiday, please, Bethesda. Do it early. Next one. Hello, Turtle. Is the ricochet buff for power armor a positive change next patch? Because Ima make lack power armor set. Yes, it is a positive change. Generally, all reflective perks are being boosted in damage. They will do way more damage back to attackers. At this moment, ricochet is basically protecting you, but enemies take like 1 to 2 points of damage, barely noticeable. After the patch, the damage is significant. They will die. Not from one shot, but they will die. So, yes, it's absolutely positive. And lack power armor set, go for it. It will be cool. So, that I can already say. Oh, wait. I see notification from Bethesda. I already switched that, but... Oh, there is another update today. I don't know what they're updating on PTS, but that's it. Okay, so I don't need to show you. There's no other information, just that the PTS is being updated today again, public test server, that means. All right, any questions in the chat? I'm looking at the chat right now. Yeah, some melee weapons could use some buff, but as you can notice, in raids, melee is almost useless, so Bethesda do not really support melee gameplay. Maybe they don't like it, maybe they think it's a gimmick. The only good melee weapon is auto axe and chainsaw, so I don't know. Oh, Spiteful Angel donating 20 memberships, thank you very much, I appreciate that. And who do I welcome? I welcome Toast, John Foley, Majo Mandingo, Don's Doom. Let's scroll too much. Who was next? Bucky, CP3, Grim, Super Crusty, Bioni, John Stackhouse, Ninja, Michael Leach, Vinny Vaughn, Mario Van Beck, Chris Zimmerman, Peking. Will not finish the name. Lubislu, Macintoast, Ledge Lab, Kafalartan. Welcome to the Turtles army. Huge thanks to Spiteful Angel, and may the shell be with you. Thank you very much. Okay, chat. I was reading the chat. About the raids, you basically need to have more than Blooded melee build. You need to change. You need to add more builds to your loadouts. Maybe Blooded on raids will be more possible after you will have your kit upgraded with 4-star legendary. Okay, what did I miss in the chat? Does stealth work in the raid? Partially. Not all parts, not always. For example, one-hit mole miners, they have really high perception. If they close to you, they will see you, no matter what. Regular enemies, if you're protecting the drill, for example, cannot see you and you can use stealth. The turret boss can see everything. So yeah, it's half of the time it will work. So stealth, full stealth is not really an option if you don't have tanky stuff with you. The best armor is power armor for raids. You can do it with regular one too, but power armor is best. Player build analysis, I could do that, why not? I could add to like a Turtlecast, like analysis and review. Maybe if you really want me to review your stuff, just do screenshots and drop them in Ask the Turtle section and just type there, can you review my setup? And don't forget to include everything that's in your setup on the screenshots. And this way I can do it. I think Discord should accept screenshots. So stealth is definitely not the best way to go, kind of possible if you are not the only one that everyone needs to rely on. So you can relatively easily die with stealth on the sections that you will be detected. Yes, vampire effect still procs with ricochet and reflective effects. Is that gonna stay? I don't know. Yeah, I did see Tyr attempt and successful soul of the raid. And Tyr mentioned many times in this video that drill section, even though he did it successfully, it took him way more time and attempts than he initially planned. So even with the healing Tesla, he was still failing. Like those annoying mole miners. So I'm not the only one being one-hitted by them. Tyr was many times one-hitted. That was not included in video, but he mentioned that it wasn't like one attempt and done. It was multiple attempts. So it is possible. It's definitely possible. It was proven. Will it remain possible? Depend if we'll be able to heal the drill in final version or not. Otherwise, without the healing, drill section is impossible. Power armor, all type of armor is breaking faster after the patch. They basically fixed the bug that was protecting armor from taking damage. So perks that reduce armor damage will be more important than they are now, as armor will be breaking. The weapons are unaffected. The weapons break the same, so nothing changes in weapon department. But armor will be breaking more often. So repair kits, if you have too many, keep them. I'm not discarding any. I have over 500 improved repair kits in my stash box from Scourgebeast fights, and I'm keeping them. I will need them for raids. Oh, you can block the Ultra Genetic Mole Miner attack? Oh, I didn't try that. So that's interesting. can block it and it breaks your weapon. Interesting. I would need to try then. So that may be some strategy to avoid death. About those mole miners, you can as well help yourself a little, what I was doing last time. When you install a scope that tag targets and track them, then you find those miners, you tag them, and they will remain tagged. So you will see on the compass in which direction they are, so you don't accidentally run into them. Yeah, I didn't fix my power armor for a long time either, but it is a bug. It will be breaking now. And the problem with power armor, when it breaks, it unequips itself. So we need to fix it and re-equip it. It unequips itself when break. And okay, any more questions? Let me know. So I think I exhausted the news. There was not as many news. Oh, there is one more thing. Okay, wait. There is one more thing. If you are interested, there is announcement. Okay, I will open that. Here we go. Fallout for Hope is back. 76 community spotlight, Fallout for Hope. So all the stats, projects, and it's the date. Wait, where is the date? Or is it just spotlight about Fallout for Hope? It's long articles. So I don't plan to read it all, but you can if you want. It's an anniversary. Oh, there it is. November 14th to December 30 for this year. It is planned. Fallout for Hope. Yeah, those basically everything that Fallout for Hope achieved in this article. Article is long, so if you want, you can check it out. It's on fallout.com. Fallout.com, it's the official website that you can always find news about everything related to Fallout 76 and other Fallout games. Mainly Fallout 76, that's on the first page. Okay. Oh, Jesus, for you, $50. Wow, appreciate that. Thank you a lot, Jesus, for you. That's very generous. Appreciate that. Thank you a lot, Jesus, for you. Wow, $50. Appreciate that. That's a good start of the weekend for me. Thank you. First Spiteful Edger, now you. So my weekend is already very good. I will be, of course, streaming tomorrow evening too. Okay. Did I miss anything else? Oh, about those miners that one-shot you. You cannot cripple them. You cannot kill them. You cannot slow them down. You cannot stun them. You cannot do nothing to them. They're immune to everything. So they cannot be affected by whatever you are doing. The heavy gun for raids, you need two. Peppa Shaker for crippling the turret shields, and Gatling Plasma, the most effective, because otherwise you need so much ammo. So Gatling Plasma is using cores, saves you lots of ammo, therefore I do recommend it for raids. Other heavy guns, like for example Gauss Mini, works very well too, but you will be expending ammo like crazy. So that's maybe not the best option unless you have 100k 2 mil stored somewhere. All right, so that's everything for today's Turtlecast. In 5 minutes, we'll be on the members hangout to do some daily challenges and run one caravan. So I start collecting those supplies. Everyone else, I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, as usually, we are streaming Fallout 76, grinding those legendaries, completing events, and more, and caravan as well. Caravan's back on the menu as I need 1000 supplies. And that being said, outside of that, have an amazing weekend and see you all soon. Turtle out. Bye.